Okay, so we are coming into quarter 3 of the year. A lot of businesses measure their results on quarters, and you might be asking yourself, or you might be thinking, gosh, I thought I'd be further ahead. I thought I would get more done at this time. I talked to a lot of business leaders and entrepreneurs, and they're like, wow, I'm behind on my quarter 3 goals or my quarter 2 goals, and I got to make it up here, and I'm just not sure. I just have to do this a little bit better, a little bit more. Well, in my mastermind, we were talking about this very thing, and I want to share with you, this is why it's so important to be in masterminds, by the way, because you get such incredible advice. I want to share with you some great wisdom I heard, and I wanted to say, I think we can all optimize this in our life. I know I'm doing that. Okay, so a lot of us run our life by our calendar, right? We have our calendar in our cell phone or on our computer, and we will schedule different things, and that pretty much is our day. But imagine if you took your calendar, so if you have Outlook or if you use Google Calendar or your phone, or some people will write it down like in an actual, those old calendars or journals or agendas. And if you were to chronicle everything you do from the moment you get up in the morning till you go to sleep. So, you wake up, if you have coffee, if you're reading the news, right? I don't like reading the news, but I'm not telling you can't read the news. If you work out, if drive time, if you talk to people, meetings, all of it, right? Calendar, everything. So like eating dinner, eating lunch, hanging out with family time, right? If you watch movies, everything in a day gets recorded and the time period. And imagine if you did that for 1 month, and then that calendar got fed into some sort of like automated dashboard that showed you the percentage of time you spent on each activity in a given month. Now, a lot of credit card statements will have this, right? If you use a credit card every month, like I use my Amex, I can see it breaks down for me. Sometimes I don't want it to do that for me, but it breaks down for me, where am I spending my money? And when you look at time and money, you will see priorities. Somebody very wise told me once, Suzy, if you want to see what people value, look at where they spend their time and where they spend their money. That tells you what they value, right? Because money is very important and time is finite. So where we spend our time and where we spend our money many times reveals what's important to us. Even if we say, oh, that's not that important, or no, something else is more important, those reveal a lot of our priorities. Now, not everything costs money, I get that, but a lot of our priorities we can see through that. So if you think about doing a time study, really auditing your day and auditing your priorities, you'll be able to get an indication of, do I need to make some changes in order to get where I need to go? Like if I'm noticing I'm spending more time doing this activity and it's not producing this result, I need to take that activity away, or I need to lessen it. And that is the difference between, moderate performers and high performers. High performers know the ROI on their time, right? They know if I do this activity, that's the highest and best, versus if I optimize this, if I automate it, if I hire a team for it, and they don't spend a lot of time in low ROI activity because they don't get the results they want in their health and their fitness and their relationships and their business and their wealth. They won't see that. So as you're coming into quarter 3, take a look at where you're spending your time and focus on the majority of what you're doing. In essence, we'll get the best results fastest if we change the 80% of what we're doing and how we're doing it to optimize it. A lot of times we try to just do things 20% better, right? If I can just do this a little better, if I can increase sales by this amount, I'll just spend a little more time here. Yet the secret sauce to 10x in your life and your business is to looking at the 80% and saying, what in here do I need to modify? There might be things working really well. Great. Double down on those. There might be things that you're spending your time on that are not. You want to eliminate those. This is how high performers think. So as you're coming into the next quarter, as you're coming into the next week, my challenge for you, for me, for all of us, take a look at our calendars, take a look at our time, and how can we scale time so we can get better results in our life?